They're very, very attractive for Krishna. If anyone give it all anger, lust and everything, thinking that my south is very wretched person. Oh, he is telling that we should pray with tears in eyes, sincerely. Then Krishna will hear it. So he is telling that I was totally immersed in worldly intoxications and sense gratification. I never knew anything. I was suffering so much. And I am thinking that suffering is happiness. But now, out of mercy, Krishna has sent, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has sent some high class of devotees to me, for others also. Go and tell others. Like he sent Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Lord Prabhupada, Gurudev, all over this world. Oh, why you are doing so many nonsense things if you want to happy? Please hear me. Supreme Lord has come with his brother, elder brother, with Baldev Prabhu. Now he is Nityananda Prabhu. And they are telling like this, oh, hear me and follow me. You should chant name. I am
taking the responsibility.
All responsibility on me. You must be happy by this. How wretched you are, no harm, but you should be sincere. And then, oh Prabhu, I have come to you in Navadvip, very merciful place, under your lotus feet. Please be merciful. Don't neglect. I want to serve your lotus feet. I have only hope in this life that you are so merciful. So he will see if you do that. Very merciful. Give all kinds of things and try to chant like this. I remember when I newly joined in Devananda Gaudiya Math, big festival was there. Navadip Dham Parikrama. More than 5,000 persons were there. And so many scholars of Kirtan and Mridanga. And they used to do so much high class of Ras Kirtan and everything. But Guru Maharaj told them not to do Kirtan here. Anyone who is having Tulsi Mala, neck beads, given up all anger and lusts, those persons who at once become angry and become at once very happy, don't be with them. They are not qualified to do Kirtan. Those who have not these beads, not chanting, not following Guru, they should not lead the Kirtan. Anyone? If this Kantswar, voice is no arm like ash, no horn, like donkeys. No arm. If they have all these things and follow Guru, they are more qualified than any experts. Those who are not following. Taking, smoking, doing so many things, not following their Gurudev. We should not hear their Kirtan. Avaishnav mukhod virnam utam hari kathamritam savanam naiva kartavyam jat sarko jeshtu jatapa. If they are not doing chanting, remembering, following the rules and regulations, very angry always, they are not qualified. They are, by name they may be Vaishnava, but actually not Vaishnava. Those who are following Gurudev totally, and Gurudev is also high class. With them, he can lead the Kirtan. Otherwise, it will be like poisonous. So we should try to follow. I know at the time of Swamiji, all were very inspired, following him totally. And when he disappeared, now also I want to see them more stronger. More stronger. Always chanting, remembering positively and duly doing their Guru mantra. And then they will advance, otherwise no. Now we want to hear how he saw, made a saffron cloth devotee, and what did he miracle. You can see with him.
Actually, Jai Shri Gurudev. One day while walking down life's long road,
Dhyananjana Salakya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhabhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratije Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Bhaktya Vihina Aparadhalakshai Chittasya Kamadhitaranga Madhya Kripamayin Tvam Sharanam Prapanna Brinde Namaste Charana Tavaivasmi तवैवास्मि न जिमामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय राधे तन्नय माम चरणं टिके. First of all, my thousands and thousands of Dandak Pranam in the lotus feet of my spiritual Gurudev. Nitya Leela Pravishtam Vishnu Vasi Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj. And then same thousands and thousands of Dandak Pranam in the lotus feet of my Shiksha Guru Nitya Leela Pravishtam Vishnu Vasi Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. Oh, our classes are going very good. All are happy. I want that time to time, festival like this should be held to help all others. Sometimes we are here, all are inspired. But when we will leave this place, then so many will become so weak. You should not be weak. You should try to follow your Gurudev. All this. Don't forget him and his teachings. If you want to be happy, I accept my Guru. But I don't follow him, his instruction. What is this? Like nonsense. Nothing. Not only by words, you should try to follow from your core of heart. Each instruction what he has given is all important. You know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inspired Srila Rupa Goswami at Prayag, and he gave one drop of rush from the ocean of rush, endless ocean of love and affection rush. Only one drop. And he gets so many things in the heart of Rupa Goswami. And that is why it has been told, Sri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahiyam Dadadishapadantikam. If you want to sit on a chair, you can go, no harm, because you are feeling and you should go. So, we should try to know, if you want to develop your Krishna consciousness, you should try to know Rupa Goswami and his instruction. That instructions are common to all. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, or Swamiji, Bhakti Vedanta Swamiji have not given anything new. Only he has given same wine in new bottle. What wine? Oh, love and affection, but in new bottle, in very attractive way. So we should try to follow. Only I am disciple, it will not do. From beginning we should. And first is instruction, Rupa Goswami. Vacho vega, manasa, krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udar upastha vegam. Jasarvam, sa sarvam itimam. He is really good. He is pure Vaishnava. You should try to know all these things and to be, observe in following all these things. Only coming and going and hearing will not do. What we are hearing we should try to follow. Otherwise you cannot develop. First thing is that if you are chanting, remembering, following your Gurudev also, you should always be very careful about attachment to worldly things. Very important. If you are chanting, remembering, but always attached to worldly sense gratification or any worldly thing, then you lose everything. You know Bharat Maharaj, very strong. He was ruler of whole world, universe at that time. Very beautiful, chaste wife, so qualified children, so many. And he was practicing Bhakti Yoga. But when he came in his matured age, about half of his age, middle age. At that time his age was 50,000 years. You cannot imagine. And he gave up all these things like he stole. His kingdom, wealth, reputation, wife, children, everything. And he was detached. And how he came to develop his Krishna consciousness. But what became? You should tell something. Yes, he's standing here. You should give up. First, this good drama is going on, and after that, we will see any drama. Give them.
As Srila Gurudev mentioned, Bharat Maharaj gave up his entire kingdom to practice bhakti. He went to the forest and became so advanced in his bhajan that he attained the stage of Bhava Bhakti, which is like the rays of the sun, the first rays of the sun of Prema Bhakti. His advancement became so mature that he was able to see Lord Narayana in his heart. One day, however, while he was practicing his sadhana, he noticed that a pregnant deer, heard the sounds of a roaring lion, and in great fear she jumped across the river for safety. As she was jumping, however, in the middle, her baby fell from her womb into the river. And when she saw her baby in the water, she was in such shock that she died. Now her baby was left helpless. Bharat Maharaj became distracted from his sadhana and became so much compassionate to this deer. He began to think of the deer as his own child, and he began to imagine that he was having a loving relationship with the deer, and that the deer could not live without him. So gradually he gave up all of his regulative practices and became absorbed in taking care of the deer. One day, the deer disappeared, and he became very frantic and began looking for the deer, and just simply absorbed in this deer. Death came to him. When death came, he was absorbed in the deer, and as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, whatever you think of at the time of death, you attain that state without fail. So Bharat Maharaj became a deer, but he had special mercy of Krishna. So much special mercy that actually he never really fell down, because from the stage of Bhava Bhakti, one never falls down to this material contaminated platform again. It's too high, he's tasting too much. One who has the higher taste, he doesn't come back to the lower taste. However, to show us how strict and how careful and how attentive we have to be in our sadhana, because at any moment, any distraction can come and we can lose everything. So, to show us an example, he became a deer. But he was remembering. By Krishna's mercy, he had the remembrance of his past birth. So he roamed around the forest and found great sages who were speaking Harikatha. And he stayed around them and simply listened. He advanced more and more in his bhakti in the form of a deer. And his next birth, he took the body of Bharat, Jada Bharat. Jada means dull, like I am Jadarani, the queen of the dullards. So he was Jada Bharat. He wasn't really dull, but he pretended to be so that nobody would disturb him. He was disturbed last time by affection for another being. But this time he wanted to be careful. So he kept everybody solidly away from him by acting very foolish. And his brothers used to make so much fun of him. He was born in a Brahmin family, but everything he did opposite. He would pass stool, he would wash himself and then pass stool, everything opposite, just to keep materialistic people away from him. Now, one day, some dacoits were looking for a person to sacrifice to Kali. Kali is a demigoddess, and very demoniac people would sacrifice human beings to her, thinking that they could get some material benefit by pleasing her in that way, without realizing that as a great demigoddess, she is a pure devotee of Krishna and is only pleased by devotion to Krishna. So Bharat Maharaj was put by his brothers to watch the fields, just like a scarecrow, just to sit there and watch the fields. So they saw that he was the perfect person to sacrifice. He was stout and strong. So they took him, they grabbed him, but he was very happy. He wasn't at all disturbed, because he knew that Krishna is my protector, and Krishna is my best friend, and there's nothing in the universe outside of Krishna. So whatever Krishna wants to do with me is perfectly fine. So not protesting at all, he allowed them to take him to the temple of Kali, where they fed him very sumptuously, and they decorated him in ornaments, and dressed him very opulently, garlanded him, and then got him ready to cut his head off to offer it to Goddess Kali. Just as they were about to do that, Goddess Kali was becoming more and more angry. She knew that Bharat Maharaj, that Jada Bharat was a pure Vaishnava, and she became infuriated at these dacoits who wanted to harm him. So she burst out of her deity form, and along with her associate witches and demonesses, she immediately sliced off the heads of all the dacoits and drank their blood and set Bharat Maharaj free. Then, sometime shortly after that, the king of that area, King Rahugana, was being carried on his palanquin by his carriers. One carrier was missing. So they had to find a very stout and strong carrier. And they saw Jada Bharat. So they forced him to come and hold up the chariot. He didn't mind at all, because he was fully absorbed on the internal platform. Now he had realized perfection in this third birth. First as Bharat Maharaj, then as the deer, and now as Jada Bharata, he had reached perfection. He was a self-realized soul. So, he was carrying the palanquin without any objection, but just like that hunter Mrigarari, who, after he became a pure devotee, by the grace of Naraji, didn't want to step on any ants. So he whisked them gently away with his cloth and then ran to see his Guru Narada. Similarly, Jada Bharat couldn't bear to step on any of the ants on the way, so he was walking in a very zigzag way as he was holding the palanquin, and the palanquin was shaking. So the king became disturbed and got off of his palanquin and began to chastise Jada Bharat and make fun of him. Oh yes, you're so skinny and weak, I can understand why you can't carry the chariot well, being very sarcastic. So, because a pure devotee is very merciful, and just like a tree, if you throw stones at a tree, the tree will return that abuse by giving you fruit. Srila Gurudev told a very beautiful story in Mawalamba that one king and his ministers were resting under a tree, and some boys were throwing rocks at the tree so that the fruits would drop and they could eat them. So by accident the rock hit the eye of the king, and profuse blood was flowing, and he became blind in one eye. So his ministers begged him, let us immediately punish these culprit little boys. Let us do something very disastrous to them. Please give us order. So the king said, I am a king. Do you think I'm any less than this tree? They're throwing stones at the tree, and the tree is returning their stones with fruits. Do you think I'm less than this tree? Give them a portion of my kingdom. This is Vaishnava. So Jada Bharat was like that. So he decided to have compassion upon this poor king. Now the king was also on his way to pilgrimage, because he was also having some doubts about material life. And so this was the time that Krishna sent his pure devotee. As Srila Gurudev was explaining the song, Emana Durmati, that Krishna seeing, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu seeing our decrepit position, and when we've become humbled by enough suffering, he sends his own person, his own Mahajan, Mahabhagwat, to give us the good news of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. So Jada Bharat wanted to show compassion upon the king. So he told the king, I'm neither fat, nor I'm skinny, nor I'm young, nor I'm old. And he convinced him about the existence of the soul and of transcendence. In order to give him more faith in himself, he said to him, do you remember there was one great king, Bharat Maharaj? Everybody knew of Bharat Maharaj, the emperor of the whole world. So King Rahugana said, of course I know him. So Jada Bharat said, that was me. And he told him of his 3 lives. And that gave King Rahugana so much faith. He fell at his feet and surrendered, and heard about transcendental life, self-realization, and Krishna Bhakti from him. So Gurudev explained and purported this story, that it's all right to have compassion for others, and it's all right to help others. But if we help and be attached at the same time, just like suppose we see someone dying on the road, should we not help them thinking, well, they're not their body anyway, and I'm busy serving Krishna? No, we can help them, but be detached. And after we've helped them, continue our bhakti and not be absorbed in our relationship with them. So this is Vaishnava, loving others, being affectionate, and helping, particularly those who are under his shelter, but without attachment. And Bharat Maharaj gradually attained that perfection, and so Srila Gurudev is also helping us by teaching us through these life examples.
Very good. Thank you. There are also so many teachings in this, not a story but actual thing in Srimad Bhagavatam. He left his wife, children, and big wealth and reputation and kingdom, everything. And he came in forest. And he was chanting, remember. But he had some attachment for that dear child. And what became? He forgot everything. So don't be attached with anyone. First, you can help them, but not giving up your all devotion and everything. Secondly, if at the time of dying, you are thinking your wife, your husband, your children, your trees, your creepers, your dogs, especially dogs nowadays. Then you will have, at the time of you start thinking your dog, so you will come as a dog in next life. You must be dog. So nowadays, I'm seeing everywhere so much dogs. So at the time of death, we should remember Krishna and his associates, Mahaprabhu and his associates, that it will bring you, that you will come as a true devotee, associates of Krishna. As Bharat, unknowingly, he was attached to deer and he became deer. So unwillingly, if at the time of death you are thinking or chanting, remembering the associates of Krishna with Krishna, or Mahaprabhu Nityananda Prabhu with his associate, surely you will be a very pure devotee. Very pure devotee. No doubt at all. So try to chant from even today, that at the time of death you should not think about anything else. You know that at the time of death anyone cannot control his mind. As we cannot control our mind in a dream, bogus dreams comes that we should not do, and we cannot control. At the time of death you cannot control your mind. What you are doing now, all will come at that time. If you are doing bogus things will come, and you will be ruined. So from today, we should try to do so much observing Krishna Bhakti that at the time of death, automatically that thing should come, and we should observe in that. Also, a devotee like Bharat Maharaj, in next time he became deer, but not he was living with deer. No affection for deers, made female deers or child or anything. He was always hearing, always sitting with high class of devotees. And at the time of death, what did he? He went in Ganges and he was praying, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. And what he became? Now he became a Brahmin. 3 lifetimes he has lost. But if you are losing, chanting, remembering of Krishna not so strong, then you will lose how many births? Lakhs and lakhs births you will lose. Anyone cannot help, because you are not a devotee like him. If you lose this chance that Krishna has given mercifully this body, human body, not for sense gratification, not for doing nonsense things, only to realize soul and Krishna and to serve Krishna. And by this human body we can be only liberated from these things and we can have love and affection. But I know that we are not giving so much importance or to practice bhakti yoga. We are giving so much energy for only worldly things, for money. If money will come, we will be happy. Always engaged. Even giving up devotion, practicing bhakti yoga, we are doing. And what fruit will come, you know? Only these bad things will come. You lose the chance of realizing Krishna and or Krishna consciousness developing. So, this is perhaps last day or tomorrow something. So I want to tell you that don't lose this time. In anything, you can maintain your life anyhow. By good jobs, you can do. But not observe totally. By maintaining your life, you should give your whole energy in Krishna consciousness. Chanting, remembering, doing. Don't have any false ego. Never. Never. So what Rupa Goswami has told, we should try to follow. I will tell you what he has told. Today is the disappearance day of Vrindavan Das Thakur, who wrote Chaitanya Bhagavata. He is the Vyas of Chaitanya Leela. How he came? His mother, Narayana Devi, she was anyhow connected with Srivas Pandit. And she used to take some remnants of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he used to do kirtan there. And by that, Vrindavan Das Thakur came in his home. And he wrote Chaitanya Charitam, Chaitanya Leela. He was going to totally glorify Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But he began to glorify his Gurudev first, Nityananda Prabhu. And it was very good for him and for all. And then he had something, and afterward Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, as a remnant, he has written all these things. So that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami had told that he is actually Vyas, who? Vrindavan Das. And he is taking some remnant like Maha Prasadam. So today we should pray in his lotus feet that he should sprinkle mercy to us, that we should be like him. To glorify Gaurchanda Nityananda Prabhu, Gurudev, and Radha and Krishna and his associates. So I told you that Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jaina Bhutale, who established the what?
Innermost desire, fulfilled his innermost desire.
Of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What was his desire? Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came? You should know. You should try to read Chaitanya Charitamritam. You can know, otherwise very hard. You should hear all these things. Always with a question. Don't talk, my dear daughters. Don't talk. Don't talk. Give your ears to me. Otherwise you lose everything. Only some 10 minutes time you should hear and try to follow. So what I was telling, that Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jine Bhutam. In this universe, Srila Rupa Goswami, knowing the object of coming of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually is Krishna. He wanted to release the love and affection of Radhika to Krishna. Very high, very high. So he begged the mercy of Radhika and to, in a donation, what? His love like Mahabhav, more than Mahabhav. And his beauty also. Srimati Radhika is so merciful that he has some power to give something to Krishna also. Because Krishna has accepted her like his friend, his servant, maid servant, his guru even, everything. Radhika is, as a whole she is perfect. She can serve Krishna. So he took the intrinsic mode of Sri Chaitanya Krishna and beauty, golden beauty. He was very beautiful, most beautiful. Why? There were two reasons. He was Parama Rashik, and secondly he was Parama Karun. He was very Rashik. Rashik, you know? What Rashik?
Enjoyer of mellows. Supreme taster of mellows.
And secondly he was very
Merciful.
merciful, causeless merciful. Ramchandra has come before, prior to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna has come prior to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Also many great scholars and very high class of devotees have come in this world. Hanuman has come, Pandavas has come. No? Even Jayadev has come. So many has come. But anyone has not given like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, mercifully gave. What he did gave? Unnat Ujjwala Shamsi Bhakti Shriyam. He has given a Parkiya mood. How to serve fully Krishna, that Krishna can be controlled. Not only like Satyabhama Rukmini, like Sita. No. He discovered a new thing, totally new thing. That, what is that? That I am not wife of Krishna. What she is? He is Sarup Shakti of Krishna. She is. But even to give so much relation to Krishna, to satisfy in all ways that a lady can do, because married wife is like a maid servant. So very hard for him to serve Krishna. So Srimati Radhika and all his manifestations became like what? They are married to another's. But they have so much love and affection for Krishna, only love and affection. So where there is something hidden like, and there is so much shame and so much durlabh, rare, their love and affection increases, and that is called upapati bhav. What? But not pure meaning or parakiya. But anyhow, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give all Raganuga Marga. How we can follow gopis? He came to give these things. And this is rare in this world. This was only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave. So if you want to serve Krishna and Radhika, you must follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What doing? Always, where is Krishna? Without Krishna, my heart is broken. Like this. Always totally observed. And he had no time to write any book. Only 8 sloks he has written. And for other things, he wanted to write. But when a mood of Radhika used to come, and he used to become totally mad. Rolling down the earth, who will write? So he could not write. So he ordered and inspired his all moods in Rupa Goswami. And he has given in his books, especially in Lalit Madhav, Vidagh Madhav, Ujjwal Linbadi, Bhakti Swami Singh. Everything is there. So Rupa Goswami gave all these things, high things. But how to enter? First we should be qualified. You know crows? They like a fruit like bitter fruit like neem. And cuckoo birds, very tasteful, very sweet mango. So, in this world, those who are like crow, they will not appreciate that mood of gopis. And those who are like very high class of kokil bird, cuckoo bird. One pointed to Krishna, following Srila Rupa Goswami. Quickly they will be qualified to enter in this, the realm of bhakti. First, we should follow from today if you want to enter in that realm of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bhakti. What? Bak Veg, Mano Veg, Krodh Veg, Jiva Veg, Udar Veg, Upasth Veg. What is that?
This is the verse.
Only meanings, not so much.
Srila Rupa Goswami is explaining the 6 pushings which destroy one's bhakti, and how anyone who is free from these 6 pushings, he is qualified to be Jagat Guru and make disciples all over the world. The 6 pushings are the pushings of the mind, the pushings of the words, the pushings of the tongue in terms of eating, the pushings of the belly, the pushings of the genitals, and the pushings of anger. These 6 pushings.
So you should try to follow all these things. Oh, you know, your tongue has no backbone. We have backbone. This has no backbone, but very powerful. If you are not controlling your pace, then you lose bhakti. And all kinds of bad things will come in you. You know, Mahabharata, in Mahabharata, for lakhs and lakhs soldiers, and Pandavas and Kauravas, all were killed. Why? Only one word was there, of Draupadi. It gave a big problem of fight like Mahabharata. She told to Duryodhan, you are blind as your father. Like father, like son. And he was upset. Oh, I will take revenge. And thus he wanted to make naked and to sit on his. He wanted to insult her. And for this, big war. And all the strong personalities of persons were killed in that. No one was left, only 5 Pandavas and Krishna and 3 persons towards were left. All were. You know why Raman and that battle between Ram and Ravan came? Only with the Mishaftan that Sita did. Ramchandra, Sita and Lakshman were in forest, no? In that Dandakaranya. Oh, Ramchandra has the vow that I will kill all demons, those who are like Badha in Bhakti.
Obstacle in devotion.
Devotion. But in the meantime, Ravan sent his messenger, and he took the shape of form of a very golden collar deer, and he was looking towards Sita, and also taking some grass and attracting Sita. Sita was so much attracted, and she told to his husband Ram, I want this deer. I will present it to Kaikeyi Maiya. Or if you cannot catch, then shoot it. I will take its
Skin off and mix.
skin, and also I will present there. Anyhow, you should bring either death or alive. Ram told Lakshman that you should look after Sita, I am going. And he followed. But he saw that he was demon. When Ramchandra showed him, at once he told, oh Lakshman, 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 save me. In the tune of Ram, Sita heard from there. She told Lakshman, go at once and save your brother. He is in any trouble, problem. Oh, he told that, oh, I know that he has no trouble. And he is very powerful. The sound is not of Ram, but sound of that demon. So Ramchandra has told me to look after you. I cannot go. But she became upset, very angry, and told that, oh, you want to be with me and you want to marry with me? It cannot be. I will put suicide, but not I will be with you. You are a spy of Bharat. You have come only to that Ram should be killed and I will be with you. Oh, it cannot be. Oh, Lakshman could not tolerate this. This was the misturn of Sita. He make a circle by his dhanush, bow, and told Sita, I am very sorry. I am going to follow Ram where he is. I know that he is well, but you have made me upset. You have told like this, I cannot tolerate. But even, oh, you should not go out of this line. I have done some line and something is there. A mantra is there, very powerful. And telling he went. In the meantime, Ravan came in a form of a Brahmin, a rishi. Oh, so many long hairs with a tridanda, like us tridanda, very tridanda. Oh, this is. On the sandal, wooden sandal. And he wanted to cross and to take Sita on his chariot and to fly to Lanka. But what became? When he kept his sandal on the circle, at once flame came, very powerful, and he went back. When he used to cross the line, but he could not cross. Then he began to shout, Vikshang Dehi, Vikshang Dehi, Vikshang Dehi. What is the meaning?
Give me all.
Give me all, give me all. If you are not coming and giving, I will curse you, and your husband will be died.
He is in danger.
She told that I cannot come out of this circle. You should take. Oh, he told that I am not like a sadhu like this. Very powerful. I want that you should come. Otherwise, just now I will curse Ram, your husband, and he will die. No one can say, I am very powerful. Sita feared, and when he crossed it, and he took her on his chariot and flew away to Lanka. And for this, big battle war, world war began. And lakhs were killed. Only slip of tongue. Don't be angry. First give up your anger. Control your tongue. And then you should enter in bhakti. So, growth from where this comes? Oh, we have so many desires. And that is why it is come. Give up all the desires. Only have one desire. What? To serve Krishna and Guru. All other desires should go away. Forever. Desire for being wealthy, to make money, to make friends, to all these things. Oh, you should try to give up. In thousand past births you have done it. This is not first time that you are going to do. This is not. In lakhs and lakhs past births, you have collected not only one wife, or lakhs and lakhs, and not only one husband, not only 5. Oh, how much? Like prostitutes. You know, hogs and pigs, how many husbands and how many children? You have been there. And you as hogs and pigs, so even sometimes the demigods, goddesses, some here and there, so beautiful, so ugly, everywhere. You are also fishes in ocean here and there, but no, anyhow not satisfied. So Krishna mercifully has given this life. So these 6 regulations should be followed. And this is, I know, the root of all evil. And we are engaged totally in this. And for this we are quarreling ourselves. And then next is Atyahara Prayasasya Rajalpo Niyamagra Janasangasya Laulancha Shadvi Bhakti Vinasya. What is this? Oh, Pundarik Vidyanidhi. Very short. I am telling you all these things. Don't take it off from your ears. Take it in your heart.
In this second verse of Upadeshamrit, Atyahar Prayasascha Rajalpo Niyamagraha Janasangascha Lolyancha Shadvira Bhakti Vinashyati.
So be prepared for your drama play. Who is going to play? If anyone is going, there should be. Very soon.
Srila Rupa Goswami Ji is telling us those 6 things which destroy our bhakti.
Very soon.
The pursuit or the endeavor which we are trying to make in Krishna consciousness, it has danger from 6 things. And what are those 6 things? Atyahar, overindulging of senses in their sense objects, not just eating, everything. When we do that, what happens? Then we are completely taken over by the sense objects and our intelligence is completely lost. We cannot distinguish anymore between good and bad. By performing which action we will liberate ourselves, we forget that. So we should try to control atyahar, overindulging in sense objects. Then prayasascha. What is prayas? Prayas means endeavor in regard to our needs. As long as we live in this material world, we have some needs for this body, and they must be fulfilled. In terms of money or food or living, making a house, whatever, we make some endeavor for that. But it should be within the limits of bhakti or favorable to our performance of Krishna consciousness. If we want something, maybe we are thinking it is helpful for bhakti, but it's not easily attainable, then what we should do? We should give up the idea to have it. But instead of that, if we keep endeavoring to get it, to acquire that. For example, one may feel, oh, it's good to read scriptures, I must read Shastra. So, in order to read Shastra, I must know Sanskrit. So now he makes a plan to learn or study this Sanskrit language, which is so hard. It's not very easy. So what he should do? He should see whether he has that ability to educate himself in that field or not. If he doesn't, he should simply pray and follow whatever he can do. Otherwise, that will be an over-endeavor, and that will deviate him from his goal. It applies to everything. Now, third thing is prajalpa. What is prajalpa? Prajalpa means useless talk. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, in his commentary to this verse, he points out what is useless talk. The talk of all the karmis. Karmis means people in this material world who have the idea, who has this idea that only by satisfying this body in this world we can be happy. So politics, economics, etc., are the only ways by which we can be happy. So they make the whole affair to live in this material world centering around this idea. And then talks of muktivadis, those who want to attain liberation. Their talk is also considered as useless talk. And third category is of anyabhilashi. Who is anyabhilashi? The person who superficially has taken up to the process of Krishna consciousness, but he had so many other desires. His mind is not fixed. He is not focusing his endeavor. So he talks uselessly about worldly things. Or
we have no time, so very short.
So this is prajalpa, and we should avoid this. Then atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha. Niyamagraha means it is two things. What? Being overly rigid in performance of rules and regulations of bhakti. Too much attached. Not knowing the essence, why one should follow the rules of bhakti. Or agraha means not being very enthusiastic to follow the rules and regulations. Both should be avoided, and one should have a balance, and one must understand the goal of following rules and regulations of bhakti. Janasangascha lolyancha. What is janasanga? Janasanga means again the desire to accumulate so many ideas other than the idea of bhakti or for name, fame, etc. And lolya, having greed for all these things. So Sri Rupa Goswami is saying that we should very carefully avoid and make sure that we don't indulge in these 6 items and thereby destroy our bhakti. Hare Krishna.
So, which are favorable for Krishna Bhakti, we should take it. We should follow. Those who are not favorable for Bhakti, we should reject very strongly. So 2 sloka for rejecting all these things. These are not favorable. But what is favorable? Utsaha, Nishchaya, Dharya, Tattat Karma Pravartana, Sangat Tyagyat, Sadavit Bhakti Prasiddhyati. What is this? You? Utsaha.
Utsaha, very enthusiastic, yeah, in all circumstances, to engage in activities which are favorable for attaining our goal in bhakti.
When you are going to practice bhakti yoga, so many problems will come, but try to keep your feet on the heads of all problems. Don't be angry. What has been told you should follow totally. But always be overt, enthusiastic. Don't be depressed always. Oh, what should I do? Oh, always suffer. No. Always be inspired.
Enthusiasm. Second, nistayas, being very, very determined, yeah, to under all circumstances engage in these activities which have been given mercifully by Guru and Vaishnavas. Daryat, having so much patience. Oh, I don't mind, even if the goal doesn't come very soon. I will continue to be in that association. This is my only solace and shelter, to be in the association of devotees, high-class devotees, and I'm sure one day result must come. All are telling this, and already something is there. So very patiently we are continuing our activities, tolerating any difficulty, as Srila Gurudev is telling. On the head of all the problems, we will continue to engage in spiritual activities. Tatat karma pravartanat. Yeah. Being very concerned that we follow properly the process. Yeah.
Always Shramanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Always following this.
Not neglecting these things. Then, tatat karma pravartanat sanga tyagat. Yeah. Avoiding the association which is not helpful, which is actually bringing us away from bhakti.
Those who are drunkards, smokers, liars, bad persons, oh, you should do pranam from very far away, if you like bhakti. Whether it is so much dear, but even you should try to avoid them. You should give worldly some praise to them and keep them far away, having no spiritual connection. But you can give him some worldly thing, like money, like these things.
Never be attached to these kind of associations. Try to avoid as much as possible. Then last, 6th item, which is so much helpful in attaining pure bhakti, is satovrite. Satovrite means to follow the example and the ideas, the instructions of the previous acharyas. Whether we are in Grihastha ashram, Sannyas ashram, Brahmachari ashram, any ashram, we should see what our acharyas have told and by their own example have shown how to practice bhakti. Yeah?
Then it comes how you can honor Vaishnavas according to their qualities and how we should do. Dadati pratigrahnati Guhyam apyati Pichati bhumte bhojate chaiva. What is this? Very short.
So here Srila Rupa Goswami has told how to extend 6 things with devotees. Dadati pratigrihnati. You have to donate something and have to accept something from devotees. Guhyam akkhati prichati. And you have to open your heart and have to learn from his inner mood, what is in his heart. Bhungte bhajayata chaiva. You will feed him and you will take his remnant as a prasad. So if you do these 6 loving exchange with devotees, then you will increase in Krishna consciousness. But if you will extend these 6 things with sense enjoyer persons, sense enjoyers, then your bad habit will increase by this. So we have to be very careful. We should not exchange all these 6 things with any messenger. We shall try at our level best to exchange with Vaishnavas. Then we will develop in Krishna consciousness very quickly.
Try to give proper respect to Vaishnavas. Those who are Kanishta, those who are Madhyam, those who are so many kinds of Madhyam, or so many Uttam class, you should try to give them. But how you can? If you are yourself Kanishta, you cannot. So by hearing high class of association, or you can be like Madhyamadhikari, and then, you should do. Don't disrespect any high class of Vaishnava, whether he is sometimes become angry, like Durvasha, like others. Hanuman became sometimes angry. When? And he burnt whole Lanka. Why? Those were against Ramchandra, Bhagavan, and devotee. Vrindavan, Thakur has also told. I went to kick on the heads of the criticizer of Nityananda Prabhu. So this is good, but not for a devotee. A devotee may be like this, his may be Shobha, nature like this, but he may be pure. So try to realize all these things. If you have no taste, in Harinam, again and again you should do follow. Don't be distressed. Don't be hopeless. Again and again you will do. This is the medicine and also diet also, Harinam. And then what is the essence of all instruction? Tannam rupa charitadi sukritananu kramena rasana manasi niyojya tisthan braje tadanuragi jananugami kalam naeda khalam ityupadesha. In essence, whole teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes in this one sloka. Be always in Vrindavan. If you cannot be Vrindavan by your body or even by your mind, you should be. And what doing? Chanting and remembering. Chanting Krishna name. Remembering the pastimes of Krishna. In the guidance of very Rasik and Tattvagya Vaishnava. And then this is this essence of everything. Now, our today class is finished. But you should go not empty. You should take something which we are coming to give you. For these instructions you should take forever for your life. And if you are not doing seriously from today, you should follow all the instructions. And you will see that, you will be happy forever. Rama is ready.
Hare Krishna. Who have registered their name for initiation to Samarani Didi, they will come tomorrow in the morning, where Gurudev is hosting, about 8:15. And those who has not given their name, please register your name with Samarani Didi. And male devotee must be shaved their hair. For female devotee, no need to shave. Hare Krishna. So tomorrow